Hi, and a warm welcome to Frugalfull. My name's Lara. This is a frugal living and budgeting channel. And today's Slow Cooker Sundays video is something a wee bit different. I decided I wanted to set myself a challenge and see how many meals I could cook for as low a price as possible. So I'm very excited to share this with you. And you can come along with me as I prepare these things and as I do the taste tests in due course. And it's 20 meals and it's all going to come to a grand total of only £3, £3, 3 British pounds. So that comes out at 15 pence per meal, which I'm well chuffed with. So I'll turn the camera around in just a sec and show you what all the things are that are going into these meals, what the prices of the items were, and what the dishes are going to be that I'll be making and we can experience me making today. So I hope you enjoy this, and it should keep me going for a fair bit. That's all I can say. See you in a second. I guess I should start by saying that I'm just doing this as a wee bit of a fun challenge for me because I'm on a tight food budget at the moment, but I'm not advocating that people do this all the time and that it's a sustainable way to eat. But I'm on a low spend challenge at the moment, year 2, and in general want to keep my food budget as low as I possibly can right now. But to do that in the healthiest way possible. I'm not suggesting that I'm always finding reduced items in this way, to this extent, but when it's possible to embrace that, then yeah, absolutely, I'm going to go for it. So this is one of those examples. So there's a whole selection of stuff here. There's broccoli that cost me 8p. There was a big bag of potatoes, they were 22p. There was a big bag of 10 carrots, a kilo of carrots, that was 8p. There was a big huge bunch of spring onions, which was also 8p. And I got 2 big bags of parsnips. Each of those bags was 8 pence each. I'd also previously bought, and I've factored this into the £3. Previously I bought 12 veggie sausages that were yellow sticker. They were 88p. Which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Then also in my kitchen cupboard already, but I'm factoring them in, were the baked beans, low salt baked beans, which I think were 41 or 42p. 2 seconds and I'll check. And I'll check the price of those tin tomatoes as well. Yes, so the baked beans were 41p. And the tin of chopped tomatoes was 47p. So those are both included as well in the total cost. Some of the carrots and potatoes are also in here, which I'll explain in a wee while. So I've also factored in as fairly as I can these final items. The soups will each have a stock cube going in. So I'm going to be calling that 8p per stock cube based on the price for the total pack that I'd had in the cupboard already, divided so that it's for each, you know what I'm trying to say. I have a box of them and I worked out the price per cube. And what I'm doing is I'm also calling it 8p for each teaspoon of garlic granules. 3 of the dishes, the 2 soups and the casserole, are going to each call for a teaspoon of garlic granules. So that will be 8p for each of those, coming to 8 fives, 40p. And there's 22p left. So what I'm doing is any gush of spray, I'll call that 1p. Any kind of sprinkle of these herbs is 1p, and any twist of these is 1p. So it will come to £3 in total. The first thing I'm making is this, well, I'm going to make everything alongside each other. But the first one I'm going to tell you about is the casserole. So the casserole's got 5 diced carrots in it. It's got, is it 4 or 5 potatoes chopped? Hold on. It's got 4 potatoes chopped in it. It's also going to have some garlic powder, some seasoning, and some herbs, probably rosemary for that one. It's going to have the tin of chopped tomatoes, the tin of baked beans, and it's going to have 2 of these sausages. And I'm going to stretch that to 7 portions. I am trying to cut back on my portion sizes, so that might not sound like 7 portions worth to everyone, but I've always grossly overestimated what portion I need, and I'm trying to relearn my portion control right now, which is part of my challenge I'm setting myself with this, so that I can re-educate myself on portion sizes, because there are 4 very large potatoes in that, plus all these other bits, and baked beans are a kind of carb as well, so I'm trying to retrain myself of what's an ordinary portion size. So I'm going to stretch that to 7 portions. The other sausage containing dish that I'm going to make is each portion is going to have 2 of those sausages. It will also have, because this is going to be 5 meals worth, so 2 sausages, 1/5 of these potatoes, 1/5 of these parsnips that are underneath here as well, and 1 of these sets of broccoli for florets. So that's going to be the other meal. And then there's going to be 2 meals that are soups. One is going to be a simple carrot and coriander soup containing carrots, potatoes, seasonings, garlic granules. And the 4th is here. But before that, I completely forgot to tell you that the casserole and the carrot and coriander soup will also each contain 1/3 of this bowl of chopped spring onions. So there'll be onions, because onions are important for flavour too. Forgot about that, sorry. So the final thing is another soup. It will have 1/3 of the chopped onions as well. Now, this is a complete wild card soup for me, a total experiment with this challenge. So let's find out together if it's nice or nasty. It's going to contain 2/3 of the head of broccoli, because the other 1/3 is going to be part of this meal. So 2/3 of the head of broccoli. It's got 4 handfuls of chopped parsnips, and it's got, and it's got 4 potatoes. There were a lot of potatoes in that bag. So this is going to make 5 servings, I think. I'll just check. Yes, that's right. So this soup's going to be 5 portions. This is going to be 3 portions. This is going to be 5, and the casserole's going to be 7. The 2 soups I'm going to blend as well. Once they're cooked, I'll let them cool, then I'll blend them. Looking forward to doing these taste tests with you and sharing the prep with you. Let's do this. I am so ready for this. I'm really hungry. I ended up doing the potatoes and the broccoli in the air fryer because I just got too hungry. I didn't have enough hob and pot space to boil them. I've put the seasoning on already. I'm going to turn you around. We'll do the taste test. Right, here we go. So, veggie sausage time. Very nice. Parsnips. They're very good. I do love roast parsnips. Roast chopped spuds. I was going to boil them and mash them for a bit of variety, but I'm sure that would have been delish too. But here we go. Well, what can I say? Can't go wrong with roast spuds. And then finally the broccoli. And this I would have steamed or boiled, so I wouldn't normally air fry it. The stock part could do with a wee bit longer maybe, but I'm happy enough with it. But what I like the taste of is the air fried, the green parts. They're slightly overdone and it's got a really nice kind of barbecue-y flavour, kind of not charcoal-y flavour, like kind of, yeah, it reminds me of a kind of bit of a barbecue flavour. Very good. And it's not as kind of, if I was spending more on a meal, then I'd add sauce, vinegar, things like that. And I wouldn't normally prepare the broccoli like this. But in a pinch, it's handy to know it can be air fried if necessary. I'm mega hungry. I'm going to go off and eat this. And I'll be back later and do taste tests with you for the other stuff. See you soon. Well, it got pretty late and I had to wait for things to cool down before I could blend them. So I've decided to wait and do the taste test for lunchtime today instead. I've already frozen the carrot and coriander soup. I was really pleased to get 3 portions of carrot and coriander soup, but that's already in the freezer, so I've not got that handy to show you. But here is the parsnip, potato and broccoli soup. I really like how it's turned out and I'm looking forward to trying it with you. It looks as if it's going to taste good, so here's hoping. And then here's the casserole. Like I said before, it had 2 sausages throughout, which isn't many, but just adds a little bit of protein and extra flavour, making those 2 sausages stretch a wee bit with this budget meal plan thing. So I air fry cooked those and chopped and added them. Just to say as well, I added about 300 ml of boiling water from the kettle while I was cooking it. So that's improved the consistency. I thought I was going to have 7 casseroles. I've actually got 6. But I ended up with 1 extra of the parsnip and broccoli and potato soup. So it's still come to a grand total of 20 meals for £3, which I'm absolutely delighted with. So it's good to know that in a pinch, it was possible to do this. And it was a fun challenge to try. I like to sometimes try and gamify frugality a little bit just to help keep the motivation going during months where I'm on a very tight budget. So without further ado, I'm going to do some taste testing now. Back in a second. I am so ready for this lunch, and it's an unusual lunch with 3 very different things to try. First of all, we've got the carrot and coriander soup. Oh, lovely flavours in that. I really like that. It's just a good simple soup, very few ingredients, very low cost. but just lovely flavours. That's lovely. And it's very wholesome and it's very healthy as well. And then I've got a sample of the casserole to try with you. And it's got some of the sausage and the beans and the onion, the carrots, the potato. So here goes. It's very nice. Very, very nice. Maybe a tiny bit watery, but I don't actually mind that really myself. But I would maybe put 200 ml. Yeah, that makes sense, because in the past when I do the sausage thing and the McSausage thing, I put half, like whatever the tin I've got handy, the baked beans or chopped tomatoes tin, I'll put half of a tin of the boiling water in, so that would be about 200 ml. So yeah, I'm just slightly over with the fluid, but flavour wise it's yummy. Again, very healthy and mega frugal. Right, I finished munching that. That was delicious. I'm back again. And now I've finally got the soup, the other soup, which is the parsnip, broccoli and potato soup. So if I haven't already said, then I meant to say by now, I made a bit of an error of judgment with this because I had so many vegetables. They didn't all fit in the saucepan. So I cooked half of it last night. I cooked half of it this morning. And then what I did is I gradually used the blender, but also gradually blended the two batches together and added some extra water to get the consistency I wanted, which is this kind of consistency here. So it's quite a thick soup, but that's the way I wanted it. And it's great because it's made it stretch to 6 portions, which is brilliant. So I've got a bunch in the freezer. I've managed to fit 2 soup, I think it's 2 of one soup, 3 of one soup and 3 casseroles, I think. Is that right? Or 4 casseroles. I've managed to create a little bit of space in the freezer now, so so managed to get those in, which was good. But anyway, here we go. Time to try it. That is a lovely flavour combination. I've never ever combined these things as a soup before. But I have to say, I really like it. I think the parsnips and the garlic and the onion just brings the flavour out. The potatoes give the kind of creamy consistency without it being too much. And the broccoli's great and makes it even more nutritious. I really, really like that. And I'm looking forward to when I have a whole bowl of my portions, out of my 6 portions. Yeah, another thumbs up for that. Very pleased with those things. It was worth the effort and a bit of faffing to get it done. And it was great to bring you along with me. So thanks a million for watching. And it was great to do another batch cooking video today. Looking forward to doing one again soon. But in the meantime, I've got a load of things in the fridge and freezer to use up, and a load of stuff in the cupboard to use up, in the different kitchen cupboards. So I'll join you again soon when I'm doing a stock inventory and a chat about that and how to make that stretch as far as possible for the month of May. See you soon. Bye.